kind of have to do this quick. He just woke up from a nap. Let's paint. I was painting furniture. And little guy, he was helping me out. So I'm going to let him down on the floor and let Disney babysit. Still, the legs aren't working. Hold on. There you go. Babysit. Earn your keep. Y'all out of my way? All right. Hi, everybody. Bye, everybody. Hi, everybody. Woo! As you can see, he's doing good. I took him to the vet this morning, and she was shocked. She was shocked at how well he's doing. She said, just keep doing whatever it is you're doing. It's like magical stuff. I'm going to pull you over this way. That way I can get comfortable. There you go. So, she did say that she doubts very seriously that he'll be able to walk. His legs have some movement, but not enough. So, that's alright. We'll figure out a little wheelie chair for him that he can grow into. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, welcome to More Than This with DEMARIS. Well, stay tuned for the end of the video because I'm going to be drawing a name for him. If you're interested in and hanging around for that, see what it ends up being. Got some pretty good ones, so doesn't matter to me. It won't matter to him either, as long as I feed him 6-7 times a day. All right, make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, share, notification bell. That way you know when I'm on. And forgive me, today is no makeup day. I woke up with a sty. A sty. I don't think I've ever had a sty in my eye. And I don't know where the saying came from, but I know growing up in Texas, it's always, you must have watched a dog poop. You watch a dog poop, you get a sty in your eye. So I try not to do that, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't the case. I just woke up and had it. It's like, bam! So, today's Thursday. I don't know what day. 29th, I think. Tonight's my trivia night. You know, I live for that stuff. I mean, I don't know all the answers for sure, but, man, it was... I remember Thursdays, I'd get ready. My mom was doing a thing with, you know, she had dementia, and she was doing a thing called sundowning, so she'd sleep all day and then be awake all night. And so I'd go to trivia to get away, to socialize with people, and it was kind of my little reprieve. Then after trivia was over, then I'd come home. By that time she was up and wanting me, so I'd get her dressed and dolled up. She'd put some makeup on, and I'd take her out dancing. She loved it. She loved it up until the last month of her life. She loved it. So Thursdays are special for me. I know it's kind of silly, I guess, maybe, but that's the way it is. All right, so here's what we got going on. I live in a small little town, and we've had apparently some UFO stuff going on. I read the county chat. It's like a soap opera. It's, you know, I'm from a red county, and even they kind of cannibalize each other, so it's kind of my soap opera. It's like, be careful if you ask a question. I don't care if it's a simple question. Don't sit there and say one thing about any restaurants. Oh my God. I mean, some people agree and other people just obliterate you. So, I don't know. I don't know why people feel like they need to do that stuff. I guess it makes them feel better. But anyway, I was reading, and I know in the last video talking about UFOs, about seeing a weird light in the sky, but I think it was Sirius, the star. I think. Not sure yet. And, of course, yes, Jupiter and Saturn, we can see those. I know that. Listen, I know the difference between a UFO and stars and planets, okay? And apparently this person did too, because in the little county chat, this woman writes in, she says, did anybody see a fiery looking triangle shaped spacecraft zoom across the sky? And of course there was people in there saying, yeah, I saw something like that last week, and I'm the chick that goes out there, looks up in the sky and says, show yourself. And then the same night, or the night after been out there doing that, when I do it every night, somebody else sees it. So they apparently saw the triangular spacecraft zoom across the sky. And of course you got your debunkers out there, which is all cool because you never know. But this was yeah, okay, because of Bandera County has had a history of UFO sightings. I remember I lived in San Antonio after I'd graduated from high school. I moved to San Antonio, Texas, and I was reading the local papers. Back then they had two of them when people read papers. And there was one, there was an article that I saw, and I was reading about this woman who lived in a little bitty tiny town outside of where I live. And this woman was saying that she was an abductee and that they had implanted something in her. And so when she went to go have it checked out, the doctor that removed it said it's nothing from this world. I mean, it was absolutely, it was like a little grain of rice type of metal, something kind of located behind her ear. I tried to look up and see if I could find that article, but it was from the 80s, 90s, somewhere around that area, late 80s or early 90s when I read about it. And they sent the piece off to the Texas Health Science Center, and of course they couldn't figure out, what it was and where it came from. So, but that was my introduction of going, okay. Then I worked at a job where I had two very reliable sources. I remember one night I was actually off of work, and one of the dispatchers got a hold of me and said, hey, go outside right now. They're spotting a UFO. And so, man, I'm hightailing it outside, and I'm looking around, and she's texting me. She said, it's over Medina Lake. Well, she just wanted me to see in case it flew this way. Medina Lake is a lake about 9 miles out of town. And so the guy had called in, and he'd called his ex-wife who lived on the other side of the lake. And so he's like describing it and stuff. And then all of a sudden it went away, and it went to the next county. And people were calling it in to their dispatch center in that county. And then it went into another town, and they had like 3 towns of people calling in this flying object. And then it flew back in over here to my county, and one of the many dude ranches from here, they called it in out there and said, hey, we're seeing this object in the sky. So sure enough, when I got to work the next day, or the next time I went to work, I wanted to hear that recording. So that was pretty cool. I mean, the guy was describing it. I wouldn't do it justice, but it was a round object, and it was over the lake, just hovering over the lake. And I don't know what it was doing. Can't remember what all he said, and I'm not even going to try to make it up to make the story better. And then I worked with another person, a guy who was telling me that he goes, yeah, we see him over at the lake quite a bit. And it's a man-made lake. It's, I think, maybe 18 miles long, 3 miles wide. Right now, it's only got about 11% of water in it. So It's kind of the Medina Pond. But he said, yeah, he and a buddy of his were sitting there chasing one around up through the neighborhood one time, trying to get a picture of it, and never could. Right when they'd get to a point where they could see it, it would pass behind trees or a hill or something. And another story was of a lady I worked with. She worked in another department of where I worked. And she said she was coming home one morning. And we worked 12-hour shifts, 6 at night to 6 a.m. And she was going home one morning and saw this big light coming at her. She said it wasn't a vehicle light. It was too high up. So she pulled over on the side of the road anyway because it was coming at her. So she pulled over and she stopped. And this huge cigar-shaped object just, she said it was about the size of a school bus, just floated right past her. She said I probably could have reached up, kind of jumped and touched it, and no noise, and just kind of floated past her. And I was like, why didn't you get a picture, right? I mean, that would be your first response, right? And she says, in a moment like that, the only thing that was going through my head is, what the hell am I doing pulled over, in the morning when it's still dark, and this thing is like going past me. And she says, I just didn't even dawn on me to get a picture. She was in shock. So she got back in her vehicle and took off, went home. But I don't know how many other people saw it, but she told me which direction it was heading in. So that was pretty neat. So we've had several sightings around here. I lived out in that area for a while, and there was a lot of crazy lights going on out there. So I don't know. I don't know what it is out there that is fascinating for them. I don't know what they're getting from that area I just don't know. I can't tell you. Anyway, that was pretty neat stuff. So, I know they were having sightings around New Mexico and different parts of the world and different parts of the United States, but they're doing business over here too. So I don't know what's going on. I wish somebody could tell me. It's pretty fascinating, don't you think? I mean, I think it's fascinating. I just, here I am talking about it. Next thing you know, it's like, I think it was probably, gosh, that was 2 days ago. When did I put out the last video? It was like the day after or something that it was reported, and people have been reporting weird lights, prior to that. I don't know, it's cool. Had somebody, I have to write a program. Somebody had emailed me and wanted to know where I get my jewelry. The rings I buy. Tonight, I made all this. This is but like this right here, and they're buffalo bone turquoise. I made this necklace, and just last night I made the earrings. So some of it I make, and some of it I buy. Sometimes why buy it when you can make it? I just kind of take apart old jewelry that is falling apart or something, and just give it new life. So yeah. All right, now for the kitty, I brought out the big gun. This is my big hat. People would say, is that hat big enough? And it's like, well, if it fits in a restroom, then I know I will too. But I painted it to make it more personalized. Good night, Irene. Anyway, I sit there and put some bling on it and stuff. So yeah, I got a little creativity going in me here. So what I want to do is I'm going to put the names in the hat. In case anybody's wondering what this part of the hat is, It's a chin strap, or what they call the stampede string. When my mom and I used to ride in the parades around here all the time, you know, it's good to strap that string up so you don't have your hat fly off your head. That's embarrassing. Plus, I would have had to get off the horse and pick it up. And he was tall. I really had to have a heel or something for me to get on him because he was really tall. All right, here's one of the names. Usde Askaya. Usde Askaya. It's a Usde is little or baby, and Askaya, excuse me. Usde Askaya is man, and Usde Askaya is Cherokee. And I have a Choctaw, Chickasaw, and a spattering of Cherokee. My dad's side of the family, my Wilson side, my dad and his family, they jumped them res borders. So on my grandfather, it's Chickasaw, Choctaw, and my grandmother was the Cherokee and Chickasaw. So we got this one. Throw it in the hat. And then some of these were people emailed me, and so Andres means valiant, courageous warrior, and was Rebecca's grandfather's name, Andre. So thank you for that, putting it in there. And then a friend of mine told me about it's a Choctaw name called Tushka. Tushka is warrior in Choctaw. And then Rebecca sent another one in, Zorion. It's a unisex name. It means happy, happiness, or lucky. Or Zorion. Zorion. Help me pronounce it in case we draw that one. You're going to... Or do I just get to say whatever I want to? Because I normally do. I know y'all have watched my videos before and sit there and go, she mispronounced that word. Well, yeah. I mean... That way it'd give y'all something to do. Sit there and go, you mispronounced that word. Should I tell her? Should I tell her how to pronounce that word? I don't care. Girl needs some help sometimes, you know? Just leave me out here by myself. And, hey, Tuk Osi, or hey, Tak Osi. I need to check that out. I was learning Cherokee. Oh, by the way, the Hatak Osi is Choctaw for little man. So little man seems to be a pretty popular, because that's so happens what I call it. I was learning Cherokee, and then I was like, well, let's see what Choctaw and Chickasaw is all about. Whoa, totally different, man. That's kind of like learning Japanese and then trying to learn French. I mean, it's just so different. I'm barely getting through English. That's a joke. I can make up my own words. I mean, look at some of the crap the kids come up with now. We can't even say, oh, you're my baby. We got to say my bae. Or, you know, what are some other ones? Oh, we can't finish. Oh, don't say the whole word. Oh, it's def going to happen. Or hella. It's a hella thing. Hear me? So, if they can make up words, I can too. I'm not too old. You know, we're relevant. We're relevant. We're cool. So we can make up our own words. I'm all for it. All right, here we go. Man, it's a hard one. Hatak Osi. Choctaw for little man. Now I'm going to have to learn how to pronounce it, so I don't insult anybody. Hey, it's my people too. All right, folks. Maybe I'll just shorten it for Aussie. Maybe I'll just call him Aussie. Aussie. Maybe it is pronounced Aussie. I talk Aussie. Okay. Well, that's it. So, if y'all got any UFO stories, share them. I'll share them for you. You know, send them to me. I'll put them out there. So, next time I talk to you guys, well, you'll be surprised because I'm not really sure what I want to talk about. You know, sometimes I think, what am I going to talk about? I mean, I got a lot to say. I just sometimes don't know if y'all care or be interested or if it's something y'all want to hear. But if y'all got any kind of stories you want to share, like UFO stories or experiences or something, but y'all don't want to start your own YouTube channel to put them out there, hey, send them to me. I'll read them for you if you don't mind. So I'd be cool with that. Plus, I'd also like to ask y'all to send in any questions you have. If you'd like me to read on anything for you, or you're having a issue with a horse or cat or dog or squirrel, something going on with your family or you or whatever you need to know, just send a question. All of a sudden I have to sneeze. I just felt the sneeze coming on. Please don't make me sneeze. Don't look at the light. Okay. If you have to sneeze and you look at the light, that'll do it. I don't want to sneeze right now. That's rude. Anyway, so email me, Demaris Wilson, DEMARIS Wilson 444@gmail.com. Also, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe. I'm slowly building up. I love having y'all with me, man. I really do. This is going to be a journey. It's going to be a journey for all of us. And I'd like you to be proactive with me here. So, I love hearing from you. I've already started hearing from a few of you. And at first I wasn't checking my Gmail as often, but now I'm like checking it three, 4 times a day just to see, do I have anybody to talk to? Okay. I love you guys. I have to finish getting ready for my evening out and go see my adoring fans. So, love you guys. Thank y'all so much. Talk to you later. Wee.